You're on your way home from a trip, and your itinerary hands you a 2-day layover in Abu Dhabi. For most of us, that means 48 hours trapped in a terminal. The United Arab Emirates handles tens of millions of transit passengers every year. Because of this volume, travelers often view the country as a high-efficiency waiting room between actual destinations. Look out the aircraft window, and you might expect to see an endless, harsh expanse of sand once you break through the clouds. But what actually happens if you grab your bag, walk out the airport doors, and decide to become an accidental tourist? A severely condensed timeline forces you to process a jarring reality. You are looking at a society building the future at breakneck speed, right on top of an ancient desert. A long drive down the coast, starting up in Ras Al Khaimah and heading south toward Abu Dhabi, sets the baseline for the landscape. The physical geography isolates the cities. The environment is defined by ancient, deeply arid terrain and sprawling dunes that stretch out to the horizon. Yet pull off the highway, and that dry severity instantly gives way to quiet, lush shorelines. You find yourself walking down a green path toward calm waters. This heavenly bliss sharply defies the expectation of a purely urbanized, concrete-heavy nation. You have to feel this deep, ancient silence first. Without understanding the baseline emptiness of the natural environment, the absolute sheer scale of what they built next is impossible to comprehend. Then you arrive at the Sweihan facility. This map shows the Noor Abu Dhabi Solar Power Plant, the largest single-site solar facility in the world, generating an immense 1.2 gigawatts. Hitting that output requires enormous density, 3.2 million individual solar panels packed into the desert. The ambition extends vertically as well. The Burj Khalifa dominates the skyline entirely, dwarfing every neighboring skyscraper. At the base of this modern verticality, step onto a traditional wooden boat in Bur Dubai, sliding past historic minarets in the late evening. Moments later, you're looking out a sleek, driverless metro train, gliding from Al Nada to Stadium through a dense corridor of glass and steel. The engineering strategy targets the senses by placing historic minarets next to driverless trains. The landscape deliberately disorients travelers with rapid shifts in scale and era. Amidst all that engineering sits the Louvre Abu Dhabi, an architectural marvel entirely dedicated to human artistry. The museum secured a formal agreement to carry the famous French Louvre name, instantly attaching global prestige to its halls. We can see this cultural pipeline in action here. The logistics involve renting and importing more than 300 individual, highly valuable historical artifacts